guys, so today's video is going to be another first impressions get ready with me, and I'm super excited for this palette. This is actually the first new brand to me that I am trying out this year. So today we are going to be trying out the Ensley Reign Cosmetics Cold Moon palette. It came in the mail yesterday and I'm so beyond excited to try this out. First off, this packaging is so gorgeous. This palette is kind of big, but it has the most stunning, beautiful color story. And this is what it looks like. Look at this palette. It's so pretty. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mattes and 4, 7, 11 shimmers. So I'm probably going to be using this palette for quite a while in the next few weeks, and I'm going to be probably featuring this in my everyday makeup lookbook quite a lot. But today I really do want to probably concentrate on the cooler tone shades because I kind of wanted to start with a gray look with this palette, even though that's not what I necessarily gravitate towards on an everyday basis. But I've been really into like kind of the cooler tones for the winter time. So we're going to go into the signature shade first, which is called Cold Moon. And I really wanted to start with that shade in my crease. So we're just going to build that up in my crease. Now, grays aren't like the easiest shades to like blend out, but I think that these are going to be wonderful. So I'm really excited to apply these and use them. So we're just going to start with this shade first, and it's kind of like a bluish toned gray. And I have like quite a lot to do today. I actually have to go visit another potential job place in like an hour. So I'm going to try and get out of the house in an hour, and then I'm supposed to meet one of my coworkers at the nail salon because we decided we wanted to get massages. And oh, there's actually a brow bone highlight in this palette too, so this is probably a standalone palette for me, so that's great. So I'm just gonna blend out this shade as well. This shade is blending out really nicely. I really like it. I've heard really good things about their mattes, but obviously like the star of their line is obviously their shimmers, because these shimmers are so beyond beautiful. There's kind of two shades I'm almost torn on using on my lid. I thought I was set on one shade, but now I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm going to use one or the other. I'm kind of leaning towards the other one. But now we're going to go into the shade Rebirth, because I kind of want that like deeper gray. And I'm just gonna apply that in my crease. Why am I using this brush? I should be using my other brush. Brain fart, Caitlin. Whoop whoop. So we're just gonna use that. And we're just gonna try and build some depth. And so far that looks pretty good. It's a little bit piecey, but I honestly think these mattes are gonna be just fine. Maybe I should have used a different shade, but honestly, it's not a big deal. I'm just going to use the deeper shade on the outer corners. So I'm just going to take that. Sorry if you guys can't see what I'm doing. Sometimes I hold it all the way up here just so I can see how to blend something out. And then I'm like, wait, nobody can see what I'm actually doing. But it's not like it's anything revolutionary. I'm just applying a matte, you know. Okay, so that so far looks pretty good. Yeah, I like that. And then for the outer corners, I'm gonna point to the shades once I'm done, but this is actually not even taking me that long to do. So now I'm gonna take this shade Mother's Night, and it's kind of like a deep brownish gray, and I'm gonna use that on the outer corners. Hopefully that's deep enough. I almost wish that there was one other shade in here that was slightly even darker than Rebirth and Mother's Night. I mean, we do have Garnet, which is a really good deepening brown, and you guys know I love those kind of shades, but this shade does work with this, so Maybe I should have reversed it, but it's not a big deal. I am getting a little bit of, like, fallout, but I usually just say to avoid that to just, you know, do your eyeshadow first because it just comes off if you just wipe it off. Like, I used to be that girl that would do my base first, and then I would just get so frustrated when, like, I just could not get rid of some fallout from some certain palettes. Usually now, since palettes have come so far in formulation, especially with mattes, you usually don't deal with that much fallout, but since these are a bit more pigmented, it's not really like a huge deal, and this has like a softer formula, so it's not really like bothering me whatsoever because it still like applies as long as it doesn't fall over all over my under eyes and it's like super powdery like the Flora Story palette from Odin's Eye, then like it's really not a big deal if there's fallout. Like that just comes off with a makeup wipe. So now I'm just gonna apply some glitter glue. So I ordered this palette, I think pretty much the day that it launched, because as soon as I saw this palette, I was like, this is the palette for me from this brand, because if you guys have seen their past palettes, they mostly do very shimmer heavy palettes, but this was kind of the first palette that they did where there was more mattes in it. So I was like, I'm getting it. It's too beautiful. So the shades I am torn between using today is this shade Snow Fairy or this shade Snow Crystal. Because like they both kind of go with my shirt. But this shade Snow Fairy just goes like so well. I think I'm going to use Snow Fairy. I think I have to because it's like such a beautiful, like, oh my god, that's so pretty. Oh yeah. Oh my god, that applies so smoothly. And you really barely have to touch the pan. And it picks up like so much on your finger. Oh my god. That's really beautiful. So I did pick this up on the day it launched, and if you guys don't know, usually their palettes sell out pretty fast now because a lot of people are discovering this brand for good reason. I mean, these shimmers are absolutely phenomenal. And if you guys didn't know, I am trying to add like some more multi-chrome, duochrome kind of shadows. Also try some other brands that I've had my eye on, like this brand. So I'm just so excited. And I'm so excited to do even more looks with this palette, but I'm probably just going to be using this palette and the Nomad palette for the next couple of weeks, honestly, because I want to get as much use out of them as possible. And also I feel like they're really phenomenal, like winter palettes. Oh my god, Snowdrop would have been a pretty shade too. So hopefully this shade Mauja, I believe it's called, is gonna, oh yeah, that's definitely a good shade for my brow bone. Okay. I thought it was going to be a little dark, but it actually blends in beautifully to my skin tone, so that's really good. Yay. That looks really pretty, actually. So far, I'm blown away. I really, really love this formula so far. But this shimmer is absolutely stunning. It looks like a midnight silvery blue, and I'm all for it. So, I just wanted to say a little bit more about the palette, and then I will go dry my hair and we will finish up the eye look. But I just knew that, oh my god, this shade is so pigmented. It's kind of covering up exactly what I just did. But that's okay. We'll just go over it again, but that's crazy. But anyway, I'm just super excited for this brand. And like I said, like even though I'm not usually like a cool tone kind of girl, when you actually get this palette, there's not as many cool tones as in this palette as you think there are. There are some like warmer toned neutrals in here, but still kind of remaining cool tone, but they're kind of cool tones that I would gravitate towards. Like you know, like the green and the lavender and like pinkier shades. So it's not just cool tone doesn't mean just gray, different variations of gray. Cool tone can mean like any variations of a colorful shade that is like slightly more muted, something that's like the green that's in here is it's a very muted green. So that's why I was like, I'm kind of really digging this palette. And at first, when I saw the name, I was like, it's probably going to be full of cool tones. But no, I think they did an amazing job of really mirroring their packaging with this one. Because if you guys didn't know, they're like kind of like a fairy kind of themed brand. And they kind of just do other mostly palettes based on fairies. I think they're going to go for something else this year because I think they said that this was one of the last palettes in like the fairy series or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they might venture out to something else. But I would love to see like more like fantasy kind of creatures and stuff like that. I think that would be awesome. So I'm all for it and I can't wait to see what this brand has in store. But for now, this is probably going to be the only palette I have from them for a while. Okay, that was quite a lot of fallout though. And I have quite a bit of kick up in some of the shades, but it's not the end of the world. And there's so many beautiful shades in here. I'm so excited to use all of these. So I'm going to go clean it up and dry my hair, and then we'll go do the rest of my makeup. Okay, so I went ahead and did my base off camera. I did my Do It Spray and the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, and then for my foundation, I went into my Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. I just love how this foundation looks on the skin. I can never get enough of it, so I wanted to use it today. And then I used my Haus Labs 01 Fair Neutral because I wanted to use that concealer with it, and I think it's a beautiful combo. And then I just set it with the Pat McGrath Labs powder, and then I set my face with my Dior powder. And now we're going to go back into this beautiful palette. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Wolf Moon on the inner corners because I really want to use that one. And then I might take Snowdrop or maybe a little bit of just like this grayer tone shade on my inner part of my lower lash line. We'll see what I'm feeling more. But let's go in with Wolf Moon on the inner corners. It looks like a really beautiful silver. And it is so pretty. But again, I'm getting kind of a bit of fallout, so just not that you really need a lot of this shade because that like just sparkles so beautifully. And then I'm going to take it over here. So reading update really quick while I finish up this look. I finished Empire of Storms last night. I actually got into bed like a little bit before 11 and just tandem read the last few chapters that I needed to tandem read because when you get up to a certain point in Tower of Dawn, then it just has you finish Empire of Storms. And I think I only had like 60 something pages left, so I just finished it last night. And I really loved that book as well. I felt like it kept up the same momentum that Queen of Shadows did, but Tower of Dawn has been pretty hard to kind of get myself motivated to, you know, read it. I mean, now it's getting more interesting because it's towards the end, but honestly, I feel like this is gonna be my least favorite one out of the entire series, and a lot of people feel that way, kind of for good reason. I think I have to take that shade Snowdrop. It's just so beautiful, and I want to incorporate it in some way. Oh my god, that is such a beautiful metallic. Oh my god, there's so many different like multi glitters in it, and I wanted to finish Tower of Dawn today. I only have like less than 30 pages left, but I have to, you know, get out of the house soon. So I'm just going to finish it tonight. And then I will already be on Kingdom of Ash, which it's already crazy that I'm going to be reading Kingdom of Ash the last week of January, because then that gives me such a head start on where I wanted to be with the series. So I'm just so happy with my progress, that I'm just so excited to finish up the series and then go to reading Kingdom of Ash. So for the lower lash line, I'm going to take the shade Transformation. And I love that they name a matte transformation, because 99% of the time when a brand names a shade Transformation, it's usually a like really transformative kind of shimmer. So I kind of like that they like made that different and decided to just name a matte that color. I mean, name a matte that. I think that's awesome. A matte that. Let's just rhyme everything. So I'm just going to take a little bit because I don't want it to be like Smudge City later. But I'm like, oh my god, just dip into the wrong shade as always. Does anybody else do that? Do you just brain fart and just dip into the wrong shade? When it's like, Caitlin, how do you do that when you're just using one shade? Like, how is it that you do that? And I always do that with mattes more commonly than shimmers. I don't know why. So I don't know about this shade. Is like not as pigmented and it's very powdery, but I still like that like hint of gray underneath, so I don't think I'm gonna do any more. And then I'm just gonna, oh my god, these mattes are pretty powdery, so just be careful. I'm just gonna try and keep it a little higher so I can kind of get rid of some of that shimmer that transferred. Yeah, that's better. But I'm just so excited to use more of the shades in this palette. I think it's going to be really beautiful. So I cannot wait. Trying to blend it out more so on the edges. It's always a struggle. So yeah, what are you guys up to? What are you guys reading? I am going to start the ACOTAR series after I finish Kingdom of Ash, and I'm beyond excited to read it. I know that the ACOTAR series is a lot of people's favorite when it comes to Sarah J. Maas. Not that I haven't loved, you know, the Throne of Glass series, but I'm just so beyond excited to move on. But the fact that I have pretty much read this series in less time than I thought it was going to take me is already like an accomplishment that I wanted to make in 2024. So I'm pretty proud of myself. Why did that happen? I don't understand. Okay, that's better. At least that got fixed in like 2 seconds because I blended it out too much on the out. I actually barely even used it there. I don't know why that happened, but whatever. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Not as much fallout as before. And then we're just going to take a little bit more of this. And I'm just going to tap it. So there's still a lot of fallout now, though. So yeah, I'm supposed to meet 2 of my coworkers today. And we're gonna go get a massage at the nail salon, but also my other coworker was gonna try and meet us, but she can't go to the nail salon, but she said that she can meet us afterwards for food. So I think we're gonna go to happy hour afterwards, and I'm so excited because I just want to go to a freaking happy hour because I haven't been to one in a while. And it's like, I just want to go. So that's what we're going to do. I just need a little bit more concealer because that is quite a lot of glitter. So we don't really want that. So hopefully that will be cleaned up a little bit. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to visit this job place because I feel like I just took way too long to get ready. I might just go next week because I still have like laundry to do, and I might possibly just finish the book. So yeah, I don't really know. That definitely looks better because before it was like a lot of fallout, so that definitely cleaned it up quite a bit. And then I can also use the powder to clean it up a bit too. Yeah, that's way better. Okay, so now I think for liner, we're just going to use my Galactic one. I feel like that's like a perfect liner for this look because it's gray. If I could find it. Yeah, it's right here. Okay, cool. So we're just going to do that. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. I don't know. Boring, I guess. I've watched a couple of movies. Oh, let's talk about Saltburn. We might as well talk about that in this video rather doing like a whole separate get ready with me on it because I honestly don't even want to waste the time. But I freaking hated that movie. That movie was awful. Like, not just... It wasn't even like, oh God, like that movie like kind of sucked. It was like, it sucked because it was so disturbing. And like, I understand there's like movies that, you know, shock people and stuff like that. But I just, every time I talk about it or think about it, I literally get like physically pissed off and angry because I thought it was disgusting and like it was just pointless. Like they make it sound like it's artsy fartsy with, you know, this type of kind of shock value that some of these movies have, but honestly, it's just flat out pretty scary. And I feel like, and I understand there's horror movies out there. I understand there's Saw. I understand there's some really fucked up movies out there. But there is some type of fantasy element to most of those horror movies and stuff. I mean, horror movies are just not for me. And if someone wants to watch a horror movie, I don't fucking care. If that's your comfort, your thing, that's fine. It's just not mine. I'm not going to tell you, don't do it. Like, why? And who am I to judge these people? But, like, honestly, I feel like there's something even more redeeming to seeing a horror movie. Because at least with horror movies and for people that are into them, there's like some type of satisfaction after you see it. You're on some type of high. You're like, oh my God, that part was crazy, right? But you're not like completely like turned off that you literally cannot point out like any good part of this movie. Like, I could not tell you anything that I thought was good about this movie. It was just terrible. Like, it's literally like the complete opposite of what the preview is, but like in the absolute worst kind of way. Like, at first I thought he was just gonna murder the family. But they made it look like that this family was like a disturbing kind of family that like just wanted to take him in because they, you know, I thought it was going to be like kind of similar to like Eyes Wide Shut, where like it was kind of culty and maybe they were going to make him do a seance, like something like that. But no, nay, 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 nay. It was just horrible. Like, and the first half was not that bad. And then, like, I honestly thought that it was going to be some sexy psychological thriller. I'm like, okay, maybe he just F's everyone. And it's like, okay, sometimes you're in the mood for that, you know? I'm like, ooh, I'm going to watch a good thriller. I'm excited. Nothing was sexy about any of the sex scenes. It was just purely disgusting. Like, I'm talking, like, I can't even repeat what happens in the movie because I literally cannot say it out loud or I'm gonna get sick. It's just disgusting. Like, nothing was sexy about anything that these characters did. I should have just used my Dior bronzer, but I decided to use the Makeup by Mario one. It's already done. Okay, I need to pick out a blush and highlight. I don't think I'm going to be able to visit this job place today. I don't think it's happening. Oopsies. Okay, hold on. I just need to grab a blush and highlight. Okay, and then for blush, I'm going to go into Harmony from MAC. Just because I want something like pretty cool toned and not something too bright. But I'm loving this eye look. I think it turned out so beautiful. So yeah, the movie is literally just horrible. And I probably should have turned it off. But honestly, I wanted to see what happened. And nothing, it was like horrible. Horrible. Like, and the scenes were so uncomfortably long. Like, honestly, I probably wouldn't have been as, like, annoyed and pissed off at this movie if they just zoomed out with him doing what he was doing, because he's fucked up in the head. But it's just, I don't get it. I really just don't understand why. Like, I literally would not recommend this movie to literally anybody. I'd be like, even if I was a horror fan, I'd be like, if you want to watch some fucked up shit, watch Human Centipede. Like, I know that shit is disgusting, and I don't know why anybody would do that to themselves. But hey, if that's floats your boat, go right ahead. But it's just like, I feel like sometimes movies need to kind of, I don't know how to explain this, but like, sometimes you can influence the wrong type of person with some of these things. And I feel like it makes some of it, they like are glorifying it. Like, if the wrong person sees this type of movie, they're gonna be like, feel like that it's okay. Or they're gonna commit, like, some people literally like mirror like crimes off of movies that they saw. So it's like, do we really want to keep on doing that? Do you remember what happened when Dark Knight came out? Did everybody forget about, like, the shooting that happened? And the movie theaters were closed only for, like, a day, and they didn't really, like, enhance any security, in movie theaters. Like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like there's a line sometimes that I feel like TV shows can be pretty fucked up too. But obviously movies are gonna reach like a wider span of an audience. Because obviously they're in movie theaters. But like, I just feel like there's a limit to these kinds of things where it's not art anymore. And everybody says everything is art. This is not artistic in any type of way. It was just so fucking disturbing, and I literally just cannot tell you anything good in this movie. I'd be like, oh yeah, this part was awesome. No, literally absolutely nothing. Okay, this highlighter literally makes me feel like a fairy right now. This highlighter is so good. Did I even say what I was using? I'm using Anastasia's loose highlighter in the shade Snowflake. These highlighters were so ahead of their time when they came out. They're so beyond beautiful. Oh my god, that looks so pretty. Frosty Fairy vibes. That's exactly what I wanted. I don't know if I'm going to eat anything before, because like I said, we are going to go to happy hour, so I don't really know. All right, now I gotta pick out a lippy. I think I'm going to do something pretty cool toned. So let's pick out a lippy. Okay, and then for the lips, I'm going to go into MAC's Stone Lip Liner. I haven't used this in forever. Hold on one second. Okay. Sorry, I just had to tell my friend what time we were going to be done. Because even though they're my coworkers, I think that they're both so funny. And we have like such a blast together. So one of my coworkers said that she was going to meet us after the nail salon because she said that she couldn't go to the nail salon. So but I really need to get my nails done because like I've had this same nail polish on for quite a while, so I would like to get them done. I think that I've had them on since like I was reading Crown of Midnight, which was like 4 books ago already. And I'm gonna try and see if I can finish Tower of Dawn before I leave the house, because I determined I was not gonna have any time to visit this place today. I had to wash my hair, I had to do laundry, I had to get ready, so I really should have gotten up like an hour earlier, but oh well. And now for my lips, I'm going to go into MAC's Stone because I wanted to use the same lippy. Oh my god, that looks so pretty. That looks pretty though. I love MAC lippies so much. Okay, I'm just gonna finish it off camera. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. Here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. I'm pretty obsessed with how this look turned out. I think it's absolutely stunning. I cannot wait to do more looks with this palette. Let me know if you guys want me to do any like specific looks. I think I really want to do like a purple tone look soon using like this shade Borealis, or I don't even know. Like there's so many possibilities with this palette. All the color combos are going to be absolutely stunning. These shimmers are out of this world. They are so beautiful. So I cannot wait to do more looks with it. I might even do like more neutral looks because like again we have some like peachy tones and some browns, and I feel like the sky's the limit with this palette. I cannot wait to do more looks. And I think this look is absolutely stunning. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have you guys tried this brand? Please let me know. Is it on your list? Do you even know who Ensley Reign is? Did you like this look? Do you like this palette? Please let me know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. I didn't end up being able to go visit a potential job place today. It's already 3 o'clock and I have to meet my friend at 3:30. So yay. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and I hope you have a great day. Bye.